Well, hello everybody. It's Doug Rucker with DougRuckerSchool.com and DougRuckerStore.com. And by the way, we are located right here in Porter, Texas, right outside of Houston, up by Kingwood. So please, if you ever get a chance, stop in, just say hello, talk some shop, whatever you need. We are your local Houston, Texas pressure washing and soft washing supply store. And got pretty much everything you would need to get your business started or add to your existing business. One of the things I want to talk about today is water tank size and choosing your water tank size for either your truck or your trailer rig. Just want to go over some things about that. A few little points, won't be long, but I had a few questions here in the past month or so about that. So I'm going to talk about water tank size coming up next. Hey guys, real quick before I get into the video, don't forget we got a big weekend coming up February 2nd through actually the 7th. February 2nd and 3rd is our Difference Makers Conference. This is a business conference hosted by myself, Jeffrey Blackman, and Von Cross. This is really about business stuff for your business. It's not about how to clean a house or how to clean a roof. We're talking money matters. We're talking getting commercial clients, residential sales, creating a residual income in your business and why that's important. Jeffrey's going to talk about vision, how to vision, starting your business, all of that kind of stuff. So this is really a business conference about business things for your business. Their wives will also be participating with us on the second day. So if you're a husband, a wife, y'all are both involved in the business, or whether you're both involved in the business or not, we strongly encourage you guys, if you sign up, your wife gets to attend free. So make sure that y'all plan to do that. We even got some special things set aside for husbands and wives. But anybody can sign up, but we strongly encourage the wives to attend with their husbands if they can do that. So that's February 2nd and 3rd at the Courtyard Marriott in Kingwood, Texas. Go to Pressure Washing School/events and you can register and sign up for that. Then on that Saturday, February 4th, we have Front Nine Restoration, and the cleaning classroom will be here teaching organic, or not organic, inorganic stains like rust, calcium, efflorescence, all of that kind of thing. It's a great opportunity to learn about what could be not only a niche service that you could start a business with, but you can also add it to your existing business if needed. So get signed up for that. You need to go to thecleaningclassroom.com to register for that. Again, thecleaningclassroom.com. Just pick on the Houston event. They've got several. We're so fortunate that they're coming to Houston and they're going to be right here at our facility to do the training. Again, that starts at 8:30 in the morning with classroom time, and then there's hands-on training after lunch out here in our parking area that they'll be showing a lot of things, oil stain removal, rust removal, and whatever else we can find out there. So get signed up for that. And then February 6th and 7th is my monthly hands-on training. We've got a couple guys that have already signed up for the Difference Makers, the cleaning classroom, and they're staying for the 6th and 7th for the hands-on training that I do every month. So that's February 6th and 7th, where we take you out, show you how to clean roofs, how to clean driveways, how to clean houses, all of that. And then the second day is classroom time. So be sure to get signed up. Again, that's pressurewashingschool.com/events. Great weekend coming up, February 2nd through the 7th. Difference Makers Conference, the cleaning classroom, and then my hands-on training. So hope to see y'all here for part of it, some of it, all of it. But yeah, see y'all then. Okay guys, so one of the questions that I get asked a lot about is the tank size needed for your pressure washing trailer or truck rig or whatever. And a lot, of course, is going to depend on what type of business that you're doing. If you're doing residential, if you're doing residential and commercial, strictly commercial, whatever it is, you kind of have to take that into consideration as to what size tank that you're going to use. A lot of guys want to get a large tank. For instance, on this commercial rig of mine, which we're kind of in the process of making some changes to, that's a 525 gallon water tank. And the axles on this trailer are, I think, 7,500 pounds each. So they are larger. I just know that they're heavier dutier than the normal, which are, I think, are 3,500 axles. So you want to make sure whatever tank that you're going to use and the amount of fluid that you're carrying in your tanks, whether it be a 100-gallon tank for water, 100-gallon for bleach, that you're figuring up, you know, if you're going to be hauling water and hauling bleach, whatever you're going to be hauling, especially across a long distance, then you want to make sure you figure that up and that the trailer and your truck are going to be able to handle that. We had a couple people here in the last month or so, 2 or 3, that were wanting to put 525-gallon water tanks like this one. And in talking to them, they're mainly doing residential and light commercial. So I explained that when you put that large of a tank on, you're probably rarely ever going to use the full capacity of that tank. It's rare that you would even want to haul 525 gallons of water, because that's going to be very, very heavy. Figure water weighs about 7 pounds a gallon, I think it is. And then multiply that by 525, you can figure out how much that's going to weigh, plus the tank weight itself. That's a pretty heavy tank, and I, for one, wish that I had never gotten that large of a tank. We had a couple of jobs that we were going to use it on, and we never actually used the full capacity of it. We'd get it full to about 225 gallons, 250 maybe, and then we'd, you know, disconnect the hose and go start cleaning. Mainly because a lot of times I got so impatient waiting for that tank to fill up. I just wanted to go get busy, so I'd end up turning the water off, go clean. Once it exhausted, come back and fill up again to about 225, 250 gallons. So you really have to, if you have a lot of jobs where water source is far away and you have the hour or so, hour and a half maybe, depending on the water volume that's coming out of the source that it's going to take to fill this tank, and then have to drive, you know, a little distance to get to where you're going to clean, that may come in handy. But it's very, very rare that I've ever found in over 30 years of doing this that I've ever needed that large of a tank. So 225 gallon, I think, is probably, that's the sweet spot for a commercial rig like this. One day I'll probably end up getting rid of this tank and getting a smaller one. But right now I just leave it on there because I bought it and I got it. When we're talking about bleach tanks, let's go over here. On this one we have an 80-gallon vertical tank, and then we've got the metal straps, of course. But we're using the Kingslinger on this, which has the valves. So it draws the bleach from this 80-gallon tank, and the reason I got this one is because of space. And then, of course, the large tank, it draws the water from it. If you don't have a system that has valves on it, then you may want a larger bleach tank, because you're going to be batch mixing, and then you're also going to want another tank for your full-strength bleach, just so that you can transfer, if you need to make up new batches. It's very time consuming to do it that way on a job. We all did it that way years ago. It's the only way we knew how, until all these blend systems started coming in where we can use valves and only have to have one tank for bleach, one tank for water. So again, depending on the type of business you're doing, is going to dictate the size of your bleach tank. And that could be an 80-gallon, it could be a 100-gallon, it could be a 250-gallon tank if you're just batch mixing. Years and years ago, we'd take off with a 100-gallon tank for bleach. I'd put 30 gallons of it in there, 40 gallons or whatever, get to the job, fill it with water, but we had another tank for bleach and a 12-volt pump that we could transfer bleach into that tank when we exhausted that down and make up another batch. So that's kind of a little thing about tanks that you have to think about. On this rig over here, this is the one, I think y'all saw a video last week that was up for sale. It's sold. I think they're coming to get it tomorrow. But this is one that we built, and this has an 8-gallon per minute machine up there. And we have only a 100-gallon water tank and a 100-gallon bleach tank. That's all it really needs. This is mainly doing residential and light commercial. So a 100-gallon water tank is fine. It's got the float valve on it right there to where the water is going to stop filling when it gets full. As you start using the water comes back on and keeps the tank full. On residential, as long as you've got decent water flow, 4 to 5 gallons per minute coming to the tank, you're stopping and starting a lot. So when you're stopping, the water's filling up. And it's very rare that you're ever going to have a water issue with a tank, like a 100-gallon tank on a 8-gallon per minute machine. I've even used 55-gallon vertical tanks on 8-gallon per minute and never had an issue. It's all dependent on water flow coming from the water supply at either the residential home or the commercial building that you're at. So just remember that whether you have a 525-gallon water tank or you've got a 100-gallon water tank, if you've got water issue problems coming out of the water supply, in other words, it's low volume coming, it's going to take you a while to fill your tank, whether it's a 100-gallon tank or a 525-gallon water tank. So if you have any questions about that, just feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know. Be glad to answer any of your questions. You can email us at info@DougRuckerStore.com if you'd like to. Just like I always see that people get the right stuff, whether you buy it from me or not. I don't care. Well, I do care, but whether you buy it from me or not, I'm still going to help you. But that's the key to remember. Just because you have a bigger tank doesn't mean it's going to solve water issue problems. It just is going to allow you to haul more water at a job. But if the water volume is low at the water supply at the job that you're at, you're going to have water supply issues, whether it's a large tank or a small tank. And again, 100-gallon tank on 8-gallon per minute, I've used them for years. I've used 55-gallon tanks like that. I've also used 55-gallon tanks like this, a little rectangle for the back of a truck on a 5-gallon per minute or an 8-gallon per minute. So I can keep rambling, but any questions, let me know. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notifications so that you know when I'm coming out with stuff. Give me a like, and then most of all, give me a comment, give me a question. And again, don't forget, Difference Makers is coming up. By the way, on that February 4th, we're having the cleaning classroom. Front 9 Restoration will be here Saturday, February 4th from 8:30 to 3:30. Go to thecleaningclassroom.com to get signed up for that. And then, of course, February 6th and 7th, that's my monthly February school that we have every month. So that'll be happening that weekend. So great weekend to come out for everything, really. So anyway, hope you guys have a very blessed day, and we'll talk to you soon.